light from the sunshine of love will thou roam, farther and farther away, calling today, calling today. Jesus is calling, is tenderly calling today. Jesus is pleading, oh, listen to his voice. Hear him today, hear him today. They who believe on his name shall rejoice, quickly arise and away. Calling today, calling today. Jesus is calling, he's tenderly calling today. You can't do that. When you get married, it's for life. You better mean what you say. It's like being a Christian. When you become a Christian, it's for life. You better mean what you say. You don't turn God on, turn God off. You don't say, God, I love you if you do my way. God, I'll serve you if you do this and do that and do something else. God says, no, he commands you. He commands every one of us. He said, I command you to love one another. I command you to forgive those who do you wrong. Those were commandments. But we don't like those kind of commandments because they're hard. And we say, no, I don't want to hear that. I'm going to do my own thing. And that's why today, if you go to Israel and you venture certain areas of Jerusalem, you will not come back alive. They'll find your body somewhere in the alleyway of Jerusalem laying dead because you ventured into the wrong area. See, I know if I were in Jerusalem exactly what I would do. I would climb a wall and I would start screaming to high heaven, repent! And then I would go to Mosque of Omar, the Muslim temple, and I would say, this is coming down in the name of the God of Israel. And they were going to shoot me dead, but God made the Muslim mad as fire. You don't go to the mosque and start saying, Almighty God's going to bring them down. They get fighting mad, but it's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. You can't stop it. It's going to happen. The Bible says it is, and it is. It's going to take place. We think that President Obama has got the answers, and you're bad mistaken. He's just a man. And that's all he is, just a man. Even though he's president, I will call him president, but I will not bow down to his way in any sense of the word. I didn't bow down during Vietnam time. I ain't going to stop bowing down now. I remember back in that time, the Vietnam War, when I had an American flag in my hand, and went up the steps of the Capitol building and took that American flag and ripped it out of the steps and said, thus saith God, you don't come back America, you're going to perish. I didn't get arrested. They didn't try to shoot me. In fact, they're kind of flabbergasted. Some of them say, young man, you got gall. Others say, I wish others were like you. Then others say, hey, this is war, don't you know you can get arrested? But we think today, because we have President Obama, people looking to him for all the answers. You better go to the Bible. Because there where the answers lie. Here's where you find the truth. That's why I'm wearing this Jewish star with the cross. They're not ashamed of it. You see, the Nazis had Jews wear gold stars on their clothes to make the Jews feel ashamed that they were Jews and ridicule them and put them down. But I'm not ashamed of it. Not in any sense of the word. But what I am ashamed of the Jews that fight Jesus. Feel sorry for them. They don't know what's coming their way. They don't know the whole generation they've been fighting the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why they're in trouble today. That's why there's no peace in Israel. I remember the famous words when I read about World War II, the Jews used to say, next year in Jerusalem. And a lot of them never went back to Jerusalem. They went to a German concentration camp and was slaughtered like dogs and animals by Nazis. And here's where the lie comes in. Jews were told how the Nazis were Christians. Nazis didn't like Christians. They hated Christians. And the other lie that was told is that he never resurrected. When them old men went back to Caiaphas, the high priest, and said, these Roman soldiers said, we saw Jesus come out of that tomb. That scared Caiaphas. He said, wait a minute. Oh my God, don't tell me that. Here, take this money and go tell the Jewish people that his disciple came by night and stole his body. Because if they understood that he did resurrect, that he did come out of the tomb, that he was the Messiah, there would have been a huge revival break out among the Jewish people in Jesus' day. But it didn't happen. Because they chose to believe a lie and be damned instead of believe the truth and be saved. And I'm going to tell you why these things happen. If you look in the Old Testament, every time the people of Israel disobeyed God, God allowed her enemies to come in and punish them. Bring them down to absolutely almost ruin here in World War II. We've done times of World War II. When a lot of Jewish folks started seeing that Adolf Hitler was going to become in power, a lot of them left where they lived at and hauled buggy and went somewhere else to get away. They knew what was going to come, but there were those who said, no, we're going to stay right here. We're citizens of this land, we're citizens of this country, like German Jews, for instance. The German Jews did not want to leave Germany. The European Jews did not want to leave Europe because they had their livelihood there. They had their homes, had their farms, had their wealth, had their families, and family behind families. And the Germans knew it. Adolf Hitler knew a lot of them would never leave. He had them right where he wanted them. And all he had to do was tell a lie, and they would fall for it. And that lie was, we will take you to a camp to where you'll work, you'll farm, as long as you work and farm, you'll be all right. That's how it first started. And then it became violent and wicked and mean and dirty and nasty. And before you know it, it was too late for them to get out of those countries. They were trapped and cornered, couldn't go nowhere. They were bound, just like in the Old Testament. Many times God said, don't go that way. You go that way, destruction coming your way. They went that way, destruction came their way. And it happened time and time and time after prophet after prophet after prophet. It kept continuing happening over and over and over and over again. No matter who the prophet was, no matter what the prophet said, it just kept continually happening. And for a while, they would hear the Lord. And then it'd go happen all over again. And now if you go to Israel, and the only thing left of the great Jewish temple under King Solomon is the Wailing Wall, which is supposed to be the outer wall, which went to the original temple. By the way, there ain't no temple there. The only temple you're going to find is a mosque. You think it's funny because there's a star in the Hebrew, Star of David. That means one thing. We Christians are more Jewish than Jews.
Why do you say that?
Why?
Yeah,
do you believe he's Messiah?
No, I don't.
Then we're more Jewish than you.
Educate me.
Educate you?
Yes.
You say you go by the Torah.
I don't. I'm an atheist.